Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Welcome back to another episode of Caffeine and Crypto, where I welcome you to join me with your favorite caffeinated beverage of choice, coffee, energy drink, tea, whatever you got. Grab some water as we go over this week's news in crypto and, well, tech. As you know, the Nvidia 50 series launched this week, and it was a complete fiasco. Many of you were waiting in line patiently. You might have been number 20, you might have been number 60, you might have been number 100. And the store you were waiting at overnight only had 5 or 6 or 9 or 67. Some of you were lucky, some of you weren't. Unfortunately, most of those people in those lines, not all, but I would say about 40 or 35% of people in those lines waiting for those GPUs then were flipping them over to whoever their handler was. What I mean by handler is they were paid to wait in line, take those cards, give them to the person that paid them, so that person that paid them can then flip it. But it wasn't as many people thought. So we're going to talk about the 50 series launch. We're going to talk about crypto news. Matter of fact, as far as crypto news, we got, Bitcoin closes its first 100K monthly, right? We do have a green month here for January, starting February in red, but it's only the first day of February. It'll be okay. So we had our green close for January. That's good news, positive indicator. Tariffs obviously popped out, and a lot of people are concerned or panicky about that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, as well as this crypto bubble that could be looming or developing as we move forward. A little bit of price analysis from some of your favorite articles, some ETH gains, is altcoin season here, XRP rally, and so on. Arkansas rejects Bitcoin mining crackdown near mining facilities. That's an article we're going to talk about. And of course, Edward Snowden weighed in on how the 5080 is just crap, underpowered and overpriced, especially because the amount of VRAM available on the 5080 for that $1,000 price is very disappointing. So some of the things we're going to be talking about, we are live on X and YouTube. Join me with your favorite caffeinated beverage, and let's get this show started. So I hope you all are having a great day wherever you are in this wonderful world. I know internationally it kind of felt like the supply wasn't there, and I believe the supply, if you calculate it all up, at least from Micro Center, was like 233. For Best Buy, I think it was like 25 per model throughout the entire United States, not counting the whole world, but the entire United States. Japan had some weird fiasco where people were kind of running all over a kindergarten. It was just bad, right? The supply wasn't there, and from my understanding, right, we had Nvidia basically not make the 4090 anymore, right? They cut off production late 2024 and then start hyping up the 50 series. The 50 series starts gaining traction. But if you look at the manufacturer date, as according to Gamers Nexus and a number of others, YouTubers, the manufacturer date of their GPU says January 8th. Meanwhile, they got these GPUs late January for reviews later that month. So if they just started making these 5090s or finally completing them in January, most of us probably won't see a GPU to March, April, May. So I just want to make sure that you're mentally preparing yourself for that. I was able to get one GPU for the channel, but my cohorts, my colleagues in the crypto mining space or the tech space will give you whatever that information is as soon as they have it. You're just gonna have to wait for me, because I don't have one. I don't have a 5090, which is the one that I really want for the system that I have here to do my day-to-day. So just bear with us. We'll get you that information as soon as possible. And I'm about to sneeze. Oh no, wait 1 second. I thought I had one more coming. Nope, guess not. As you can see, today's a red day. Very red day. Retro Mike with a $4.99. Thank you very much. When RTX 5030, I need something in my price range. Yeah, right? The GPU pricing is just going to get ridiculous. Matter of fact, AMD speculation right now is the 9070 XT is going to be very competitive against the 5070 Ti. But again, the 5070 Ti hasn't even come out. Thank you, Crypto Mikkel viewers, for coming over and hanging out. Sapphire, I hope you're doing well. I'm sure you can't wait to get your hands on some hardware to do some playing around, some testing, maybe some LN2 exotic cooling, and benchmarking. Yeah, 5080s were available, and you just had to be lucky, realistically, but 5090s were not available. And everybody wants to blame the bots, but I can tell you right now that a lot of people that had bots couldn't even get them. It was just that quick with so little supply. So hang tight. We'll talk more about that in a minute. As you can see, it's very red day, right? The only coins that are green are kind of stable coins. We do have XMR, that's not a stable coin, and FTN, that's not a stable coin, that are green, but everything else is just, it's down, right? It's down. So a lot of people really want altcoin season to be here so that way they can take profits, make some good money. But we, on the positive news, this January was a green month, okay? If we look at January, the entire time of January, from top to bottom of the wick, you know, that is basically a 22% gain. Will February be greener? I hope so, right? And as I mentioned in my previous streams, when tax season happens and people usually have money, usually the market does do pretty well. Matter of fact, let's go look at last February. You can see here last February, look at this big wick. Not saying this will happen, right? Things are different now, right? Things are very much different. Last February was a 51% increase. Let's look for the next February, which was a green candle, but it was, look at this Darth Maul little baby wick right here, right? So from here to here was only at 15%, nothing too substantial. But then again, going back to another February, it was a green. So February traditionally is a green month, right? And then following February, March is usually green, right? And so you can see February, March, green. Next one over. February, big green. And then March, big green. And that was in 2024. So we should have, by historical records, a green February and March. When again, tax season is here, people are getting money, they're flocking into altcoins, meme coins, whatever it might be. They're helping out the market. We should have our altcoin season because Bitcoin, they will see, and it's not true. You should be dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, is my personal opinion, not financial advice, because otherwise, a large majority of these banks and centralized entities are just going to consume Bitcoin while you have none. You should at least have a position in Bitcoin. If anything, yeah, play around some altcoins because the profits and the gains there are better, yada, yada, yada. But have some Bitcoin. Don't just let that sucker go straight to the banks, straight to the centralized entities, the suits and stuff like that. But we should have a green February and March is the point. Bitcoin seals its first 100K monthly close with Bitcoin price due to big move. Data from Cointelegraph Market Pro and TradingView confirms that on January 31st, Bitcoin closed its latest monthly candle at 102K on Bitstamp. The move came despite a last-minute BTC drop, right, which did happen, due to macroeconomic volatility, gave bulls their first close above the 100K mark. Risk assets tumbled during the Wall Street trading session after President DJT confirmed that tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China would come into existence on February 1st. After initially rising, U.S. stocks ended the day down while sentiment suffered per data from the traditional and crypto-based fear and greed index. And as you can see here, you know, for the stock market, it was 46, and for crypto, it's 68, right? So kind of taking a more measured approach and looking at the situation. We really got to wait and see. We do have a quote here from Askell. Excel, I want to say, every 1% correction, panic, and crash forecast is not characteristics of a market's top, in my opinion. So was at the top, it's not characteristically so. At the market top, a market top is accompanied by euphoria, disbelief, and even short-term correction, which we're probably going to experience here. But I still believe that February is going to be a green month. We've got something here from Plan B where it kind of feels like we're on track. We might be a little bit low, but we're pretty much on track as far as the stock to model flow, or stock to flow model, excuse me. But yeah, we're pivoting away a little bit away from the trajectory of the chart, and I just think there's just too many variables, too many factors, right? And again, looking at one of these charts that we looked at last time, right, during the holiday season, because it always comes, November, December usually can be red, because if I'm a person that made a lot of trades and have a lot of capital, I'm probably going to do some tax loss harvesting, some adjustment, moving funds from stocks to crypto, from crypto to stocks, vice versa, real estate, whatever it is, making some adjustments. So you can see here on the far right-hand corner, December is usually a red month. We do have some greens in there, but usually a red month. And November for me is usually a red month, but you can see that I'm wrong because the chart has mostly greens in November. But I can say that February, March, look, if you're looking over here, we only had 3 reds, and on March we had a lot of more reds historically, right? Going all the way back to 2013. But I believe this situation is different. There's too many people in the game, right? From the suits to the wealthy to the 1% to the banks to this to that, retail. I just think when Bitcoin dips, people are just going to be there to pick it up. So it will be fine. I know it's happening on a time frame you want. Hang in there if you can. If you have to take profits to pay bills, take profits to pay bills, right? It's unfortunate that you might have to sell now when you could be selling when Bitcoin hits, for example, 117, 120K. But if you got to take care of your bills, take care of your bills. This time, the post happening February as well, and every previous one saw major upside, right? So the post happening February, which is what we are in right now, post happening February, saw major upside. So historical data, again, backing it up. If history is an indication, BTC might be gearing up for a big move. 8 out of 12 past Februarys dating back to 2013 have produced double digits upside. So let's go back to the chart real quick. And let's say, so we saw February saw 50, the other one saw 22, the other one saw like 12, stuff like that. Let's shoot right in the middle. Let's say that this February is a 15%-ish increase. A 50% increase would be 117,000, right? So that's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. Sitting around the target that I mentioned a while ago, and I still have my eye on that, which is the $120,000 to $125,000 Bitcoin mid-year, end of year. Let's say early Q3, Q4 2025 is where I am eyeing. But that's pure speculation on my part, not financial advice. Once again. If you are trying to get my attention, please do me a favor, at me or send a super chat. I do not see any comments on the X post, so I'm just going to keep rocking and rolling. Restream did give me issues this morning. Not sure exactly what exactly happened there, but anyways, tariffs are out, guys. How are you feeling about that? Live chat, X, let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about the tariffs, right? And don't get too rambunctious and fight amongst each other. That's not what the question is. The question is how do you feel? And everybody's entitled to their opinions, and we can coexist with one another just fine. It's all right. All right. How do you feel about the tariffs, right? That's one of the reasons why I was trying to get a 5090 on launch day, is because I'm personally, and this is not really relevant in the grand scheme of things. Like, we got more important things to worry about, right? So first world problems. I'm worried that the 5090, which, these AIB models can cost anywhere from, 2,200 up to 2,600, are now going to be 3,000 MSRP, 2,800 MSRP, because these vendors are having to pay extra to get those. And that's why Nvidia should have had their supply ready to go. Like, you have plenty of time. This wasn't like the pandemic, man, where the supply chains was messed up. Like, you had time to get these 50 series on site in the States, ready to go, shipped to whatever vendors, yada yada yada. Like, why you shouldn't have it even released if you didn't have the supply. And maybe that's why AMD isn't releasing, is they don't have the supply either. So then what's the hold up in the supply? Right now it's the Lunar New Year, so we're gonna have to wait. So by the time China gets back into motion and stuff like that, like, it's gonna be March, April. So it sucks. But how do you feel about tariffs? Again, if you're afraid to post because you have ridicule, I understand that. But I think everybody should be able to express their opinions without being berated, even though the world tends to do that nowadays, especially on social media. What you have is these keyboard warriors that want to argue their point. They act very bold online, but when you meet them in person, they get very cute, don't they? Anyways, it's deja vu all over again in the crypto after the hopeful report of the tariff delay was refuted by the White House. In review, President Trump on Thursday promised to impose 25% tariffs on Mexico, Canada, beginning Saturday, February 1st. Having rallied over 106K to that news, Bitcoin quickly reversed 2% lower to 104. U.S. stocks gave up a chunk earlier in the gains, though it still finished the session in green. And then obviously, it's down. Everything is down right now. Friday then brought a report from Reuters, whatever you call it, suggesting that tariffs would be delayed until March 1st, as a process would be put in place to allow countries to seek exemptions for certain exports. The White House though called the report false, with the Trump press secretary Caroline minutes ago telling reporters that tariffs, including 10% levy on China, will go into effect tomorrow. February 1st is what they were talking about. Similar to Thursday, Bitcoin earlier had climbed to 106, seemed to set on a challenge of a new record high above 109K. The tariffs news, however, once again sent prices careening lower, with Bitcoin trading below 103K. The broader index market, or CoinDesk 20 index, was off 1.3% over the same time frame, outperforming mostly due to Ether's 1.2 advance. But now Ether is down to 3,200, which has kind of been sitting. Ether has not been doing too well against the overall market and crypto. Not only that, but obviously other altcoins like XRP and Dogecoin fall fast as the Trump's tariffs were confirmed. The plunge pushed Bitcoin down nearly 3%. Yada yada. You got 102K. Press secretary, same thing that we just talked about. Federal Reserve, meanwhile, is monitoring how potential shifts in immigration and trade policy could impact inflation. During the Fed's December policy meeting, officials expressed concern that bringing down inflation to its 2% target could be challenging under the new president, giving potential policy shifts. So the rate cuts right now, I'm going to tell you right, overall, people are only expecting 2 rate cuts this year, which is not good, right? Rate cut, price go up. Pause, price moves sideways. Up, price moves down. And so now we're down to maybe 2, maybe just 1 rate cut this entire year, which is not exactly good. But we'll see how things shake out. Obviously, DeepSeek did rattle a lot of cages this week. I know a lot of people are against it, and a lot of people are for it. That's irrelevant. The point is that it did shake up the big boys, and the big boys need to step up their game. They need to find a better way efficiently. It wasn't this. The 6 million number was for a specific project or aspect of AI. The hardware behind it, the old school hardware behind it, costs a lot of money. But the 6 million number is getting misrepresented as far as the media. Don't take that into account. But they did use older hardware and was able to do training more efficiently than the Metas, the Googles, the Apples, and so on. So the big boys need to get their shit together, and they need to advance AI if they want the USA to continue to be the AI leader of the world. Let's just leave it at that. That's the facts. They need to step up their game. And capital and investors are looking at these organizations saying, wow, they were able to do it with that much or little resources or less resources with lesser hardware. Why can't you? Well, we should be well more advanced than where we are with the hardware that we have, with the capital that we have invested in you, yada, yada. So there's some conversations happening. People are talking to each other, and hopefully we'll step up our game and move forward. But played around with DeepSeek locally, not the cloud, because the cloud will consume your data, and you're just giving it to the Chinese. I understand that. But locally, playing around with models is fun. It's just something to play around with, whether there's Stable Diffusion, Mistral, Llama 3.3, it's just fun. And I find it very interesting to learn. Plus, it seems that some of the people that got those GPUs, the 5090s and 5080s, did implement AI tools to help them out, which gave them an advantage over the regular bot people who just turned their sneaker bots on to buying the GPUs, which is very interesting to watch that whole thing transpire. Anyways, XRP's price has fallen 3% to $3. Solana 4% to 230. Dogecoin is down 2% at 32 cents. And yeah, matter of fact, what is Dogecoin at right now? Solana's down to 225, so it fell even more, down 5.66%. Litecoin is down to 122. SU is down below $4. Dogecoin still at 32 cents. Yeah. So not looking too good. Really need to take profits on on Polkadot and Chainlink, man. Those things are killing me right now. Then we have an article here. Bitcoin crash may be good. Rich Dad, Poor Dad author mentions Trump tariffs put pressure on crypto. We got a tweet here from them that says Trump tariffs begin. Gold, silver, Bitcoin may crash. Good. We'll buy more after price crashes. Real problem is debt, which will only get worse. Crashes mean assets are on sale. Time to get richer. So he's basically saying buy the dip, right? Long story short, saying buy the dip. But the Trump tariffs could be the catalyst for a possible price decline in gold, silver, and Bitcoin. However, he emphasizes the real underlying concern remains the growing debt burden, which the U.S. debt is still out of control, and they need to come up with a better game plan to address that. Crashes mean assets are on sale, time to get richer, yada, yada, yada. But see, a lot of people like us, retail, don't have the money to continue to buy the dip, right? Like, we're okay. Some of us aren't okay, and we can't just keep buying the dip. So it would be nice to get a nice green sustained rally so that my folks, my peoples can take profits, take care of some debts, take care of their bills, take care of their family, whatever it might be. We all got our trials and tribulations. And we could see that, since September basically, or August of last year, we've been on the sustained bull run. So technically you are up if you've been in the market, way back. But if you are concerned about taking profits because you're going to miss out on another opportunity, you're going to be sitting there for a while because there's always going to be an opportunity. There's always going to be an opportunity. I'm just telling you how it is. If you wait to 2045, you're going to be up substantially compared to now. But if you look at it that way, instead of, hey, I just need to take care of business, pay my car note, pay my mortgage, get diapers, get food, I really need to liquidate this crypto asset in order to do that. You just need to do it, right? If it's a need, do it. If it's a want, consider it. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should hold off. Anyways, tariffs put pressure on crypto. Cryptos go down. I think the FOMC meetings in the future are going to be like, meh. We might not see a rate cut, in my opinion, till like maybe May or middle of this year. But that's just personal opinion. I'm not a financial expert in any means whatsoever. This article talks about the price analysis of each one. Let's just skip Bitcoin. Basically for Bitcoin, though, same summary, right? Where we should see a green February, March. We should is the operative word, but we'll see how things go. Ethereum, the momentum picked up on January 31st, and the bulls pushed the price above the downtrend line. There's minor resistance at the 50 AMA or 3,400. But it's likely to be crossed. It's already down. The ETH USDT pair may rise to 3,500, and then it's 3,745. It'd be nice to have ETH go above 4,000, but as a lot of miners on the channel that watch this channel, they're out of ETH. They don't care. So anybody that's still containing or managing ETH, that's all for you. XRP, the bears will try to yank and maintain the price below the breakout level of $2.91. If they can pull it off, XRP USD pair could decline to the 50-day SMA or $2.60. So that's what they're expecting, a fall down for XRP to $2.60. Keep your eyes on that. And if it goes even further below that, be $2.20 or $2 even. The negative will be invalidated if the price rises above and closes above the downtrend. The pair could climb to $3.40 once again, which is a strong obstacle. If the resistance is cleared, the pair could jump to $4 or even $4.84. At $4.84 XRP, I know a lot of people that would take profits at that level. So again, as I always preach to you that watch this channel, make sure you have those numbers in your head, your target profit levels, so that way you're taking profits at those levels and not sitting on the sideline missing that opportunity. If buyers bulldoze their way to 244, the Sol USD pair could reach the stiff overhead resistance of 260. It'd be nice to see Solana get back to 300 or get up to 300 and break an all-time high of 296, but that is not where we're at right now. BNB lost the $700 level. We're right now around the 630, I think, 670. So it'd be nice to have BNB break above the 700 target again and then climb even higher to 800. I could definitely see, and this is just prediction way out, I definitely see BNB being a $1,000 asset in the future. Not right now, but in the future. Doge, always a strong contender. lot of support from the crypto community overall, whether they like meme coins or not. There's a lot of people that hate meme coins but are in Doge or have a position in Doge. Doge is just an OG, right? Support of Doge is support of crypto. It would be nice to see this guy, take back off and maybe become a 70 cent asset or something like that. Cardano team continues to build, but it's since lost various key levels. And we could fall down to 76, 72 cents, 80 cents. But it would be interesting to get that sucker back up to $1.18, $1.20, so what and so forth. Right now we're at 93 cents. So a lot of the coins are down. A lot of the altcoins are down. They're either hitting major resistance or they're below major support lines, and they need to find their level footing because things could go back down, right? So as always, things get worse before they get better. So even though February is going to be a green month, it could fall back even further before it goes up. Zapirate, don't leave just yet. I want to hear your 50 series information. LN2 has to wait. LN2, by the way, is liquid nitrogen. I usually wait till the warranty expires. Warranty void if removed sticker will apply. It still applies in my country. Yeah, it doesn't apply in our country, and I think that's stupid, but whatever. ETH gains on BTC, altcoin season frenzy. Basically, the reason they're saying that is I believe the altcoin index or tracker did flash positively for altcoins, but I don't think it was sustained. Let's look at the 7-day target. Yeah, I don't think it was really sustained. I think 53 was the peak on January 30th, but that's basically it. So we'll see how things pan out. Definitely it's leaning towards Bitcoin still, but I don't know. 53 alt season. I think we got a lot of work to do if we really want alt season to happen. Altcoin surge past Bitcoin. ASI spikes. ASI hovered around 46, only climbed to 59 on January 31st. And a numerical leap that teased the tantalizing proximity of crypto phenomenon long anticipated, which is altcoin season. I think, unfortunately, we're just going to have to wait even just a little bit longer. Again, February should be pretty good. They're saying the same thing here. With February historically being a bullish month, we could see a full-blown alt season play out soon. And usually that's when it happens. So all the articles are leaning in the same direction, but historically the data is still the data. Everything is still good. XRP 50% rally outperforms crypto market in January. They're talking about all of January. The XRP rally did outperform all of crypto, as you can see here on this chart. Compared to Bitcoin and ETH, XRP was killing it. Obviously, a couple of concerns, and I'm just speaking for myself. A couple of concerns about XRP and how the Bitcoin strategic reserve went to the crypto strategic reserve, and there's going to be a mix of cryptos and not just Bitcoin only, and the Bitcoin max is being upset and all that stuff, and XRP behind the scenes and publicly working with banks and centralized entities and government personnel to kind of get XRP on the forefront or to be one of the assets in that strategic reserve made a lot of people mad. I'm not mad at it. I think a healthy crypto mix, mostly of Bitcoin as a reserve asset for the U.S. would be a beneficial thing overall. That's why you got states now that are also, even if the federal government's taking their time, there's states that are in motion to try to get that done for their particular state. So very interesting, but I'm not concerned about XRP. I am not appreciative or unappreciative of their actions behind the scenes. They need to respect Bitcoin, but they're not going to. XRP is a business, and they're going to put themselves before everybody else. Before Doge, Solana, Ethereum, they're going to do everything they can to make XRP the asset of the world rather than Bitcoin or any of the other ones. But I don't think they're going to be successful. They might get a decent chunk, but I don't think they're going to be successful as far as replacing. They're just going to be focusing on banks and centralized entities to use them to, complete these transactions, whether, helping banks process Bitcoin transactions through XRP or through one of their ecosystems or through one of their platforms or whatever. It's not going to take over for Bitcoin as a whole. Now, we know Trump coin, Melania coin came out. Meme coin frenzy was crazy. Then it dropped like a rock. A lot of investors took profits and then left people holding the bags. People are concerned that that action or those actions is kind of turning crypto into a bubble. You guys need to let me know what you think, whether on X or YouTube, whether you comment later or now. Do you think, unfortunately, the president is fueling a crypto bubble? Or is he just showing support and people are misappropriating what he's saying and just going too ham? Let me know what your thoughts are. But I don't think the meme coins are helping anything. They helped Solana for a little bit, but they're not helping anything. They just helped a bunch of investors make a shit ton of money. It didn't help retail. It didn't help the average American. But some of you guys made profits, and I'm happy for you. But do you think it's healthy for the ecosystem when they do something like that? Like, what happens if Trump comes out with another set of 5 tokens and it pumps Solana and all the investors, the early investors, the insider traders, the people that got in early just dump on you guys? It may push the price of Solana up, but now they dump on you guys and you're left holding the bag. So your $100 investment is now $2, or your $1,000 investment's, $75. Like, I'm pretty sure you feel pretty shitty, but that's because a lot of people hear what's happening via news, articles, mainstream media. They flock to those assets and then they're buying in too late, because by the time they're hearing it on social media, on the news, it's too late. It's too late. Sometimes there isn't, and there's a video dropping for you this upcoming week on some of the things I look for to try to find some of these gems where you could get some gains. But I doubt that video is going to reach a wide audience. So that's only going to be for you guys. Take it or leave it. Some of the tools and tips I'm talking about are the same tips that some of you might be using or that I showed you and taught you privately. So just be careful out there. I have nothing against meme coins. I love meme coins. I just think if everybody's making meme coins, we're not doing anything beneficial for the world. So we need to make meme coin and then have a tangible project. Make a meme coin, have a tangible product. Arkansas rejects Bitcoin mining crackdown near military facilities. I believe I saw something about this where any mining facilities near military locations were being cracked down on. So yeah, the bill was intended to prohibit crypto mining in close proximity to military installations. The Senate, City, County, and Local Affairs Committee of the state denied the measure by a 6-1 vote, thereby halting efforts to impose restrictions on mining operations situated within a 30-mile radius of military sites. That's crazy. 30-mile radius? Military facilities require a lot of power. So nearby those facilities, and I seem to be losing frames here. Let me know how the stream's coming in on your end. Lost 3% so far, 3.1%. Seems like either my network or my device is taking a crap. Not exactly sure. Let's see here. Hopefully I don't lose you guys. Hang on one second. Hang on. Come on, baby. Recover. No, it's just dropping like a rock. All right, let's wrap up this stream because Red Panda is going to be going live with a giveaway soon. So if you can hear me, just hang tight. It'll redirect you, and you'll be able to join that giveaway. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. But the bill just got removed. That's it, plain and simple. Moving on to the 50 series. If you can hear me and you're still watching this stream, that's dead. Were you able to get a 50 series GPU or 5080 or 5090 or no? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I lost 6% of frames now. I was doing fine at the very beginning. I'm not sure what's going on. Makes no sense. Let me do a quick speed test. Hang on one second. right, it's recovering, but I lost 8.3% there. Come on, Xfinity. You were doing good for so long. It's recovering, but it's like really weird. Yeah, I just need to report it to Xfinity. We were doing good for so long, man. Anyways, did you guys get a 50s series? I'll let you guys go. If you guys need to drop, because this is just poor quality right now. I can't do anything about it. Maybe I'll stream later, just to test the quality after I make some adjustments. But like gigabit Ethernet connectivities, 1.3, 1,300 megabits per second down, consistent 40 up. I know I don't have the 100 up like AT&T fiber, but I don't want AT&T. I don't like AT&T. So I'm stuck like Chuck because they got a monopoly on where I live. Might call a couple of you guys after the stream, but yeah, just I would say if you need to drop, go over to head over to Red Panda Mining. It will redirect you. But I'm not sure what's going on. Nope, waiting for 5070 automatic beat says. Who else got it? Anybody got a 50 series? What's up, Lino Chode? Yeah. 11.5% frames dropped. It's just climbing up. And I'm actually connected to a different network now. So something's going on with the network. Did you see the video of Son of a Tech that did a test run at the 5080? Seems a bit of disappointment. It is a disappointment. It is 100% a disappointment. Realistically, your best bet, in my opinion, I think Zapirate said it, is the 5070 or 5070 Ti is probably going to be the best bang for the buck this generation. But yeah, the 5090. Hard to get a hold of. I'm gonna try because I want one. If you go to Amazon, you got some pre-built on here, that give you a 5090, but the delivery is not till March from some manufacturers or pre-built manufacturers. B&H only have the notify. They didn't even get stock. They didn't even get stock on launch day. Autorama, same thing. You could get a 5090, but only through buying a pre-built. Which honestly, excuse me, it's only 5080s on the pre-built on Autorama, whereas on Amazon, they're giving you 5090s, but you're paying, basically the price that people are stupidly paying on eBay. You could buy a whole computer through this company that's selling pre-builts. Isn't that crazy? How much VRAM on a 5070? I think video cards had it. Should be 16. I'd be disappointed if it's not. $12 GB. That's sad. 12 GB. $192-bit bus. See, like 16 GB for a 5080 is ridiculous. We should not be doing that. We should have been running at, let's say 20 gigabytes at least, even though it's an odd number. 20, 24 for the 5080 for $1,000. For $1,000, like the 5080 should have been a $750 card, like the 1080 Ti and some of the predecessors in the previous generation before. But no, Nvidia's getting greedy and they're doing stupid shit. So that's very disappointing. That's very, very, very disappointing, to be completely honest with you. And I bet you they're going to sell a 5070 with 8 gigabytes of memory. Mark my words. They're going to sell a 5070 with 8 gigabytes of memory. You're going to wind up having to differentiate the configuration because they're going to confuse you. But yeah, 12 gigabytes of memory. on the 5070. Let's look at the 5070 Ti. That's going to have 16 gigs. So maybe the 5070 Ti. But look at the price, dude. A $750 graphics card for a 7050 Ti. That's what the 5080 should be. And the 5070 Ti should be like a 599, right? And the 5070 should be like a, yeah, like, well, where it's at, 500 to 549. So like the 5070, in my opinion, well, I don't know. We got to look at the price. We got to look at the performance. We don't know what the performance is. Yeah, you're saying it's going to perform like a 4090, but or you're talking about with DLSS and frame gen on. I don't want that on. I want to know what the raw raster performance is, the raw AI performance is, the raw numbers. Like, it's cool that I'm going to have frame gen DLSS 4, but I want raw numbers. So we'll see. But the 5070 price is attractive, just not with the amount of memory and a 192-bit bus. 5070 Ti has 16 gigabytes of memory and a 256-bit bus, but it's priced at, excuse me, it has, yeah, 256-bit bus, 16 gigabyte memory, but it's basically where the 1080 Ti was, where the 2080 somewhat was. What did the 3080 come out with? Hang on, what was it? Yeah, where the 3080 was. So now we push the 80 series into $1,000 area. We're pushing the average gamer out of the market, the average computer enthusiast out of the market by raising these prices. It's just stupid. Just stupid. 5060, I hope has 16 gigabytes of memory, but it probably will have, again, an 8 gigabyte model and then a 16. And sure enough, looking at some of the registration, the 5060 Ti, 8 gig. 5060 Ti, 8 gig, 8 gig, 8 gig. Looks like there's also a 16 gig. So it's just going to be confusing. But you want VRAM. And that's why in this article that I picked up over here, Edward Snowden bashes it. Right? For the same reasons we're talking about. It's overpriced and underperforming or underpowered. Specifically the 5080. Maybe the 5090 is a little bit more attractive, but for that price, no. Price to performance, hell no. Basically, he says, endless next quarter thinking has reduced Nvidia's brand to F-tier value for S-tier prices. 5070 should have 16 gigabytes of VRAM minimum. 5080 with 24 to 32. 5090 with 32 to 48. Releasing at 1000 plus GPU in 2025 with crippling 16 gig is monopolistic crime against the consumer. And let's go look up that definition real quick. Relating to a person or business that has exclusive possession or control of the supply of or trade in commodity of service, which Nvidia 100% does. Right? They get to choose, they get to send a supply to the board partners, they get to tell the AIBs what they want, how they want it, how high to jump. It's a bunch of crap. Well, that's why I'm not sad for Nvidia when their price stock dropped like a rock due to the DeepSeek situation. I am not sad at all. Hey, Retro Mike, I got an update for you. I did tear apart the left side of my closet, but I was unable to find the device we were looking for. So I will continue looking. I'm sorry I have not gotten it for you. I got to figure out where it's at. I even called Crypto Mikkel to see where it's at, but not that they would know, but they know the last time I used it because we talked about it. So I just wanted to see if talking to them would just like, you know, stimulate the mind and make me remember, oh yeah, that's where it is. And then go, you know, go get it, go put it back, but nope. Anyways, Micro Center, do you guys go to the stores? Were you guys out in line, ladies and gentlemen? You can see all the stores here out of stock. I think there's even people still waiting out front. at some of these locations are going there constantly trying to get one, but to no avail. But did any of you wait in line? I'm curious. Let me know. Three ways Trump has impacted the crypto market. Let's see here. New faces, new regulation. The first family of meme coins. That's true. Looking for the next catalyst. What do you mean by that? The digital asset industry plays a crucial role in innovation and economic development in the United States, as well as our nation's international leadership to order states. Also calls for establishment of a working group to consider the possibility of U.S. crypto cash, potentially derived from cryptocurrencies lawfully seized by the federal government, right? For most rabid fans, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't sound like any like the kind of thing that could be signed, sealed, or delivered in a week. I don't think people have reason or as concerned as the crypto community was. The community was just looking for a reason for Bitcoin price to ramp up to 250K. Yeah, I could definitely say DJT has definitely impacted crypto. Just want you to understand that Bitcoin is nobody's. It's no countries, it's no organizations, it's no individual person, it's nobody's. It is the people's money. And unfortunately, there's a lot of centralized entities, individuals, and wealthy people that have a large portion of Bitcoin compared to us. I'm still trying to stack as much as I possibly can every single day, but I can't spend tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions getting Bitcoin or gobbling as much as I could. If I could, I would, but I don't. All right, Zapirate, most likely $1,000 retail once tariff hit. MSRP is not realistic. MSRP is never realistic. Ever since the pandemic, anything after the 10 series has been nothing but a crapshoot. The only reason the 20 series didn't sell is because the performance was crap. I mean, I got a 20 series. Remember, I picked up one to jump on a grenade for the community and just be like, don't buy it because this is the performance. I'm gonna do the same thing. Even though Son of a Tech already did a video because he was able to get one at a Micro Center, I'll do the same thing. When I get the 5080, I'll throw it in and do some testing and streaming together and chatting and have a good time and make it work. We'll play around with it. I wonder. He has a test bed set up. I don't have a test bed set up. What was the thing he used? Motherboard test bench. I know Jay's 2 cents used that for a while. This one's you could. I think that's the one that Son of a Tech got. But this is for an ATX motherboard. This is for a mini ITX motherboard. I always loved this one. I forgot what it's called. The BC1 V2 Mini. Like I loved it because like you could fold it up, put it back up. But I got a system out there I could probably use to connect everything up and then stream it. We'll remote into it, run some tests, talk about it, and go from there. Because usually I would have the GPU in here and then use the laptop to capture the main system, but we'll probably just remote into it and put it into test bed setup and remote into it. I do have a EVGA 850 watt ATX 3.0 power supply that I need to move over, but we'll see how that goes. But in summary, as we get ready for Red Panda's giveaway coming up in about 8 minutes, you know, good news is Bitcoin closed above 100K. We had a green month for January. Historically, February and March are usually green months. Not always, but mostly February, less March. So we should have a good February. Hang tight. Altcoin season could be around the horizon, but I feel like we're going to have some more pain before we go up. So let's say Bitcoin falls right now from where it's at. We got maybe a 99K or right below 100K price target. Bottom of the Bollinger Band, 97, let's say 98K. So 100K, 98K, 92K. Right? And that's 92K is like 9% down. So that's not out of the realm of possible, right? And 10% is easy for Bitcoin. 5% super easy. 15, 20%, I think the swings are becoming lesser as we have so many people in the game now. A 15% dip would be 86K. But I think, like I said, I don't think we're ever going to see a $32,000 Bitcoin ever again in the future. I'm willing to almost push out 58K as the next number that we'll never see in the future. But who knows? Black Swan event, a very tense situation arises that impacts the entire world. Supply chain issues, tariffs could have a bad term, impact the end user even more than the administration was expecting. And, you know, there we go. So, all right. My YouTube stream just died on me. Not OBS. You guys should still see me, but I think everything else. 5080 Ergo numbers fire, says Techman. Tonto. 32 gigabyte VRAM is only one card other than H series. I'm going to try and get one next week. 3060 still has 12 gigabytes of VRAM. It does. That's why I'm using a 3060 in my NAS. I still love my 2080 Ti. I still got my 1080 Ti. 1080 Ti is one of my favorite cards. I'm always going to hang on to that. I'm beginning to love my 7900 XTX. That's what's in this system right now. Matter of fact. Let's see here. Does this camera work? Yeah, you can't see it. And I already ran some numbers on the 7900 XTX. FSR, non-FSR, pure raster, benchmarks that I'm gonna pair, test against the 5080 and 5090. It's not gonna be like the Gamers Nexus, J's 2 cents, hardware on box level of testing methodology, but I'm just gonna give my opinion, and if people take it, they take it. They don't take it, they don't take it. The beautiful thing is that I don't really need the YouTube channel, but I do it because I want to grow it and I want to continue to have a positive impact on people out there in the world, whether it's you or somebody else. That's what I do it for. It would be nice if I didn't have to work and I could just focus on YouTube and live stream all the time, like Red Panda Mining, or do giveaways because vendors will send me stuff. Like I did get, I want to say this real quick publicly. Jingle Mining did send me the 2 boxes, but I'm pretty sure I have to send those boxes to either another reviewer or back to them. Jingle Mining is the only company that really took a chance on me. Them and Fog Hashing. Everyone else, all the major manufacturers and vendors out there, I have to pay for my stuff. So when people comment, I should be a YouTuber because I'm going to get free stuff. That's not always the case. And look at how long I've been doing this. And look at how my subscribers are. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So I'm not going to grow as fast as somebody else. You might. If you start your channel and you start pumping out content and you blow up, the vendors will definitely reach out to you and send you free units. I'm not getting free GPUs. I'm not getting free, big boy ASICs. I'm getting lesser devices, no more than a couple thousand or $100 or a couple $100 or micro devices. That's it. And then even on those devices, like the AL2 Lite that runs like crap, I had to pay a large percentage of that. Like I only got like a $75 discount. Like that wasn't even a discount, considering how the price has fallen. Speaking of which, let's look at the ASIC miner value real quick, which I know a lot of people don't like because they push out people like mine, the ASIC and that company. But yeah, so I mean, script mining is just the top dog right now. I was supposed to get a DJ1 home, but I don't know if it's ever coming. I don't know if it's ever coming. It would be nice, though. It would be nice. But script and Bitcoin mining, I mean, a Leo, you know, for $1,500 for this device, yeah, it's making $33 a day right now, but let's go look at hashrate.no and see by the time you even get one, like, bro, yeah, this is what always happens. New ASIC is announced, but by the time you even get one, when are they saying? March? Yeah, March. By the time you even get one, that thing's going to make $10 a day, and then $5 a day, and then $2 a day, and then you're going to be back to square one, the same thing. Like if we look at the KS0 Ultra, you know, it's making 21 cents a day. Had a little spike recently, and as far as revenue, 45 cents. But yeah, it's crap. Let's look at the AL0. 29 cents a day, 30 cents a day. Same story, guys. Same story. ASICs come out, price go down. Unless the project is pushing hard and promoting. But it looks like the stream is dying once again. So let's go wait for Red Panda Mining. Thank you for stopping by. I'll try to do a stream later on today. If you guys got time to come hang out, I'll figure out something to do to keep you entertained so we can test it out. But go ahead on to Red Panda Mining, and I will catch you later on. Thanks for stopping by. Hit that like button on the way out. Get subscribed, notification, all that good stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Thanks for helping out the channel. I'm not really energetic today.